Hello! Today I'll be sharing my hands-on engineering experience in crafting a miniature steamboat using an assortment of everyday materials. Throughout this journey I encountered various challenges, uncovered a couple scientific concepts, and gained valuable insights into the world of engineering and physics. The culmination of this journey isn't just about the final product, a small functional steamboat, but also the learning moments and major takeaways I had along with it. Hope you enjoy! Working with materials as simple as aluminum beverage cans, straws, cardboard, and epoxy glue, the construction process was basically a balance between creativity and understanding. A large portion of the challenge involved finding epoxy glue, opening it, and dealing with its odor. Building the boiler was definitely the most challenging part of this process, and one that required patience, time, and quite a bit of effort. This began with cutting up the aluminum can and building the shape of what will soon propel the boat forward.
Roll parts themselves.
How's your break been so far?
Make a tape.
I've been doing nothing, bro.
And stick it on the end where there's already some tape.
Bro, you're always praising yourself, dude. Does bro not know how to rip the
And stick
tape?
it on the other end.
Soon after cutting up the aluminum can, the next step was folding it. A major learning moment when folding marked edges was realizing that I should have probably used stronger tape to ensure that the cut-up shape didn't rip off from the table, which happened multiple times. Making the mini trapezoid prism definitely taught me the importance of precision in science, and the fundamental purpose of building the shape was to ensure a proper angle between the boiler and the straws when gluing them on permanently. Thus, the slow cutting, folding, and alignment were significant in ensuring accurate measurements later on. Next, it was on to checking for leaks and testing the boiler if all is good. If leaks were present, epoxy glue had to be placed all over those areas, and after a few minutes of waiting for the glue to dry, the boiler was all good to go for testing. Testing the boiler was at first a failure.
That's what I thought. Bro has a 1% success rate.
I think this was partially because I couldn't work a lighter for the first hour. And later, it was figured out that the boiler might have had a miniature leak. However, due to the rigidity of straws after applying epoxy, the best solution was to just apply more epoxy and wait. After doing this, the boiler worked fine, and it was on to building the deck, the hull, and choosing a theme. Building the hull and deck for the steamboat definitely presented itself with new challenges. Ensuring the glue gun was topped with a single clean layer was crucial, or else it would dry up and break. This was particularly problematic when widening the boat to insert the boiler later on. On top of that, integrating the boiler into the hull was a step that required planning, delicate handle, and ensuring a proper weight distribution existed to maintain overall stability. For my boat's theme, I decided to go for the Hunger Games, naming it the Mockingjay. The design plan for the hull included various symbols that represented the novel from its commence to its finale, including the Mockingjay, arrows, the victors, televised entertainment, and the Capitol. The main colors for the boat were forest green to represent the forest arena from the first book, and blue to represent the arena from the second book, Catching Fire. I also did my best to include a mini Katniss on the other side of the hull as I designed it. Although a tiring and consuming process, I found it to be quite enjoyable when the end result arrived. Building a deck for the boat involved a variety of steps and felt longer than building individual parts of the actual boat. While in the early stages of constructing the deck, I recommend using strong and long metal paper clips rather than smaller ones, as they tend to loosen or fall off easier, which was a struggle I had at the start. And the deck also follows the Hunger Games theme with the green and blue color palette and leaf designs. The final product has arrived. Although a time-consuming process with various challenges along the way, the boat turned out to be quite in touch with the theme. Now let's test it with the deck. Before I end off, I want to mention a cool fact that I learned at the beginning of this project. Putt-putt boats originally came from Bangladesh, and due to their excess of water bodies, they discovered and created functional riverboats for efficient and cost-friendly transportation. Most of the materials that they used were also made from recycled things, making them environmentally friendly as well. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.